Support for Radio Friends comes from La Brunerie Financial, where they work to ensure a lifetime of financial security for people from all walks of life, from investment services to retirement plans. If you're looking for a trustworthy company that has the experience and knowledge to put your interests first, contact La Brunerie Financial, a community-based investment counseling firm since 1966. Learn more at labrunerie.com or by calling 573-449-5313. Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Monday, June the 25th. Pleasure to have you with us as we start a brand new week. Today we're going to talk about science to start with, particularly Science on Tap, which has been around since about 2015, and it's a pretty popular series in downtown Columbia. I want to introduce you to Michael Vierling. Good to have you back again, Michael.
Thank you.
And Zeke Elkins. Yep. All right, I want to start with Zeke, first of all. And usually we talk about two different experiments or topics that you're dealing with every month. Zeke, you are talking about animal exploration,
yeah,
right?
That's correct.
Mm-hmm. Mainly, not just any animals, but the fruit flies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, why did you pick the fruit flies, and why is that an important topic?
So fruit flies, they exhibit a lot of kind of wild behaviors. And on top of that, we can really look at the genetic basis of these behaviors. So if you think like of building blocks for a house, the genes in our bodies kind of build our house. They make us who we are, and they contribute a lot to how we behave. And so these fruit flies, we know what those individual building blocks are and how they build. So we can actually run them through different behavioral experiments and have them do things and then look at what on the genetic level contributed to that, like what configurations of these building blocks caused that behavior.
And you will be discussing all of this and taking questions from the audience on your Science on Tap program, which is when?
Wednesday, June 27th at 6 p.m.
Okay. Mm-hmm. How does this affect the human body then? Well, are you learning anything from the fruit flies that affect us as humans?
Yeah, absolutely. That's one amazing thing about this fruit fly behavior is it is very scalable to humans. So a lot of, especially in the disease world, so researchers who are studying disease have been able to use fly genetics to get at the basis of this and what really is causing certain diseases that we do see in humans.
I thought we were doing more of that came from mice.
Yeah, and it definitely does, but that's definitely like a step up. So we can.
But the fruit flies help out too.
Yeah.
Okay. So you'll be explaining all of that in Science on Tap. Now I want to turn to Michael. You are dealing with
epigenetics.
And what is epigenetics?
So epigenetics, in layman's term, if you think of the argument of nature versus nurture, what you're born with versus what you experience in your life that molds how you react and how you do things, this is the nurture part of it. So epigenetics affects you and can affect you from like what your parents experienced.
And how your parents treat you, how they brought you up?
Yes, these kind of things. It's more about like the environment, what you're exposed to, and more of what I look at. So like what toxins you may have been exposed to, what toxins your mom may have been exposed to while she was pregnant with you. All these things can have an effect.
Oh, not necessarily your environment of relationships with people.
No, like literally things you are exposed to in your environment, chemicals, stresses, things like that.
That's what epigenetics is.
Yes.
And what are you learning from that?
So I study this in a fungus. It's a simpler method than looking at it in humans, and mice and other organisms. And we're trying to figure out how certain changes in the genome can actually affect other genes. And these changes in the genome, the changes in genes like deletions and stuff, can compound and cause various problems for these organisms.
And you're doing this with fungus?
With fungus, yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, you guys have got some minds there. How are you going to put this all in layman's terms on
Yes.
Science on Tap?
No,
Because you're losing me right now.
Absolutely. And we try to avoid all the jargon. So that's why I like to focus on things like nature versus nurture and how this comes about. And I'll have a lot of pretty and great diagrams to explain
So
things.
give us the date and the time again.
It's June 27th at 6 p.m. at the Craft Beer Cellar downtown.
Okay. And everybody is invited to attend. You can learn some science and enjoy yourself and make some friends. And if you want more information on it, you go to Facebook. They've got a Facebook page. It's just simply Science on Tap. Go to Facebook, put in Science on Tap, and you'll get all the information that you need, okay? Now we're going to talk about youth volunteering, and I want to introduce you to Cassidy Urie. Good to have you here, Cassidy.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
The Youth Volunteer Corps of Columbia. What is that?
Well, Youth Volunteer Corps started in 1987. The headquarters is in Kansas City, so it's been around for 30 years. But we just brought it to Columbia this summer, and we're super excited to get some youth here volunteering in our community.
And I can tell how excited you are. You're beaming.
Oh, thank you.
What are you expecting there? What are you wanting the kids to do?
Well, the first week we volunteered with Volunteer Columbia, and we cleaned graffiti downtown. We cleaned a stream in Flat Branch Park. We also, here's some pictures. We also cleaned up some litter down on Brown School Road, as well as, what was the fourth day? I don't know. But the next 2 weeks that are coming up in July, we're going to volunteer 1 week with Rockbridge State Park and 1 week at the food bank.
And what are you going to do at Rockbridge State Park?
Remove honeysuckle, which is actually one of the days that I forgot about.
Bush honeysuckle.
Yeah. And we're also going to remove other invasive species that that the Missouri State Parks wants us to do.
So when the kids volunteer, do they know what they are signing up for, or do they sign up and then you assign them?
No, they know. They know ahead of time. So on our website, yvccolumbia.org, they can read all about what we're going to do that week, so it's not a surprise to them.
How many kids are you needing?
Up to 10 each week.
And what age group?
11 to 18.
Okay, so if you're 11 to 18, this is a good way to be very productive in the community.
Yeah.
Learn something and get out in the environment, out of doors, and make new friends too.
Exactly.
So what do they need to do then?
They go to yvccolumbia.org.
yvccolumbia.org.
Yeah.
There will be a sign-up sheet there.
Yep, there'll be a sign-up sheet on that website, and they can just sign up through that. It's $49 per week, but there's scholarships available. And we just found out today that the Southern Bank in town has sponsored us and is going to partner with us.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Now, what if you say you need about 10, but what if you get more than 10 volunteers?
Even better.
Okay, so there's no limit. You can get as many as you can get 50 or 60.
Well, we can't get 50 or 60 because there's just one of me, but
Okay, all right, but go to yvccolumbia.org
and
find out all about it. Thank you very much,
Thank you.
Cassidy, for coming.
Thank you.
Okay, tomorrow we have a book author on our show. We thank you so much for listening. Something you'd like to hear or see, I'd love to hear from you. pepperpmissouri.edu. Bye-bye.